everyone, welcome to my channel. Happy New Year, happy new video, happy journaling, and of course, happy new notebooks for 2019. So first of all, I'm so sorry if you can hear trees and leaves rustling and chimes and someone hammering or a radio. I'm not so sure what this microphone can pick up, but I am filming outside and this is just the perfect place for me right now. So I'm so sorry about that. But this video is going to be about my 2019 journal. So I am not a planner kind of person because it does not fit my lifestyle. So everything I put in here are the things that happened. There will be a bit of planning, but that is a really tiny bit. But mostly and generally the things I put in here are the things that already happened. This is my notebook, and this is not the actual cover of my notebook because my actual cover is just a plain craft board like this. So when I bought it, it's actually for customization, but I'm not planning to do that. And so my husband suggested that I use this cover or protector because he thinks my notebooks need covering, although it is a hardbound. This is actually his previous planner cover. So on the cover itself is a snap button, and inside is a transparent thing that I can put things in there. So I decided to place some paper in here and a to-do list also. See, I can pull this out if I needed to, because I actually need to see things immediately and not flip on a notebook and where is my to-do list, because doesn't fit my lifestyle actually. So this is really helpful, this page. So this paper are printed from my paperang. This is a Christmas gift from my sister that I got from 2018, and this is printing on thermal paper, so it is inkless. But the thing is, it will not last forever. I mean, I have to print my things on a thing that is forever because my journals are not actually for like 10 years only. I'm dreaming of these things to be an actual artifact someday. Historical artifacts. So it's like, this is what people do in 2018, so it's kind of ambitious, but that's it. So, and I slide it in here so that I can see it immediately, and I will be reminded. I have to make things really visible, and I write everything down. On the very first part is this one, and there are pockets in here, and on the first pocket is a watercolored stickers. There are 6. I gave the 2 to my sisters, and this is a gift, a Christmas gift from my father this Christmas. This is $69.75 on SM department store, if that is interesting for you. And this is just a piece of paper that I wrote something. And I have also here a lyrics and guitar chords for a song. And I have here a small ruler. This is my husband's, but I got it because it's so cute, blue and really small, and it can fit in here. And I have here a sticky note that I will be using in this journal. I got this from Ilahui. I made a video of this previously. I will link that below. And there are small ones that is really helpful with the things that I will be putting inside in here. And that is on that pocket, and these 2 pockets are just sample washies that I will be using in this. These are unused credit card of my sister, and this is my ID from my previous job. These ones are not really interesting ones. I just wanted to have these in here. I did not really choose them. And these ones I chose, and this comes with the theme or the scheme or whatever that I wanted to happen in my journal. So the red plain ones, I have 2 plain ones, the red and the yellow, and the 3 ones are printed. These 2 are the recent washi tapes that I got, and this is seashells, and this one is autumn because autumn is my favorite season, although we don't have autumn here in the Philippines. And this is just birds and some snowflakes because I like birds. Flip page 1, nothing in here, just like that. My details, which is not really interesting. And this one here, this is the calendar, which has lines in there, but I don't have really a use of this one. Maybe future plans. It's not really applicable for me. And this one is, I placed a washi tape in here as a guide so that I can flip on this immediately. And this is actually a table of contents. The main part of this video is to show you my trackers and the things that will guide me throughout this year. And this journal also has the monthly plan. So I don't know where I can use this, but this setup's not really for me because I cannot plan. You know, I have ideas but I don't have plan because I don't like to frustrate myself with a plan that isn't going to happen. You know what I mean? Because my lifestyle is very just go with the flow, you know. And then more monthly plan, flights, hotels. This barely I do in every year. And this one is pens and inks. This one is really helpful because I have to know the pens and the things that I wanted to put in this journal to test it out. So this became my test page. So these are the date that I swatched them, and this is the names of the pens and the watercolors, and these are the test, the actual test. So this is the main pen that I will be using. This is this one, the Monami Love Pet in Cocoa in Philippines. And the color is brown. Mostly my journals will be autumny, rustic, and not very fun colors like the brights and rainbows. So I'm really going into the simple ones. This is the watercolor test that I made. This is from Winsor & Newton watercolor palette. This is this one. I had bought this when I was in Qatar, and I don't think I'm going to use much out of this when I bought that. Comparing it to the cheap watercolor that I have been using before, this does the work for you. And this is the Artline calligraphy pen, Miniso brush tip markers. I tried the Tombow ones, or what was that? No, that's not Tombow. That was Sakura, the ones that I got my sister for Christmas, but I do not actually own one for myself. But it was hard for me, maybe because I don't have much experience with those, but I have much experience with not really much experience because I'm not my calligraphy is really bad, you know. And I'm a really beginner for calligraphy, learning by myself. And I swatched them in here, and I like Miniso ones for now. And this is Zig calligraphy pen in 3.0. I also placed the prices of the pens in here for my reference. And this is the Copic sketch color in E00, and I'm quite disappointed because it bleeds. So this is the purpose of this page, to see if the pens bleed onto the other side, because I don't like ghosting. If there will be a ghosting, it should be really minimal, but I don't like how this Copic sketch ghosted on my notebook. So I hope it's visible, but it ghosted. I don't like that, so that will not be used on my journal. I actually forgot to tell you what journal is this. This is from Victoria's Journal. It has 14 by 20 centimeters, 120 GSM paper, 200 dotted pages, which I really like. I was choosing with another journal on the day I bought this, but this has a lot of dotted journals. So this is my first time to use a dotted journal. I have used gridded ones. It was amazing, but I wanted to try the dotted ones, so here it is. And fountain pen friendly. It has an index. It has an Eisenhower decision matrix. It's like this one. I don't know how to use this one yet. I keep on reading the instruction about this, but I don't seem that this will fit into my style and my lifestyle, so I'll just leave that be. And 16 blank cut out pages, so I believe that this one is that. You can tear this off and place it on the journal if you need a paper or something. And it has pages on the edges, so it has pages, and it will really help a lot because I will not write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on every pages. So it already has pages, and it is easier for me to go back into my table of contents. And then the very first page, this is actually the page 1. I don't think I will be putting anything in here because I like the cleanliness. If ever, I will be maybe a stamp, or I don't know. So I don't want to place anything here yet. And this one is it's like my mantra with journaling. So this is from Faith Levin, an artist. It says, I believe the simple act of making something, anything with your hands, is a quiet political ripple in a world dominated by mass production. And people choosing to make something themselves will turn these small ripples into giant waves. That is so amazing. That is so true. And I wrote it on a piece of black cardstock written with my gel, my metal in 0.7 in the color metal gold. But I placed some colors too. So this is the trackers. That is the main thing about my journals, for me to track things. This one is obviously my mood tracker. I drew my chibi inside out characters because I think they are the perfect legends for a mood, but I changed this one. So I will be coloring with my fiction pens to color the boxes, and if it is yellow, that is happy, and blue for sadness, and fear is not always my emotion, so I put in here sick because I can be sick, and I use disgust for an average because if one of them is me, that is disgust. If I will be an inside out character, I will be disgust because I see myself in her so much. I don't know why. So I put here average, so I will color the boxes green if today is average, and of course angry for anger. So my next page is my birthday log. So I drew a balloon and colored it with my Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, and then I smudged it with water so that it will look like a watercolor. I was reluctant at first to do that. I don't think my pages will carry the water or something. I don't want to have ripples on my pages at the time I was doing this, but I went on with it anyway, and so this is it. And then I used my Jelly Roll white pen to make the shiny parts of the balloons, and then I stamped on the months because I don't want to use my handwriting with this, because the time I made this, I'm not really confident with how I write, so this is what happened with the birthdays. My idea is that these strings come from the birthdays word, so I don't think that is so pretty, but whatever. And then on the next page is my practice log for my piano and my violin. So every time I do my practice, I will do marks that I did practice so that I can track whenever it is a long time that I wasn't able to practice, although I have to practice every day. I use here my Totoro notes, and for the piano I use the quote, "The slower you go, the faster you get there," from John Link. And for violin, practice makes progress, not perfect. So I have to keep that in mind when I practice. On my next page is this one. This one is a movies watch, and I'm scared of this because I watch a lot of movies in a year, and yesterday I already watched one. So here I just used that sticky note here, the sticky note here, and I place it there because I don't want to write immediately, but I have to put it in there immediately. So I just use a sticky note. That is very helpful because my ball pen that I will be using in here will not be always with the journal, because I will be using the mechanical pens that I place in here, because I don't want to have erasures as much as possible. And here is the books read page. I drew 10 books here. I really hope that I can read a lot that much this year, but because of my lifestyle, I will not be so hard on myself on that one, but I will really try because I love to read also. And this idea comes from Pinterest, and I just drew a succulent here, do some calligraphy. See, my calligraphy is not that good. And then I placed some laurel leaves using the wind is so strong, my gel metal gold, and I used the Winsor Newton watercolor to color my books. On the next page is my poop tracker and my period tracker. So I don't want to write here poop tracker because I don't know, I don't like that one. And the period tracker, so I don't like that to show up immediately, so I placed a really cute shark who eats a cotton candy and a crab, and I placed here be nice because I have to be nice on that time because it's not anyone's fault that I'm moody on that day or those days after or those days before. I usually get cranky the days before, so yeah, be nice and let that go because we have to let it go. And I track this one because I think that I am not pooping regularly, so I have to see if I really have to go to the doctor now. So if I did not log 5 days or a week or 2 weeks, so that's a problem, so I have to keep track of that. Also my period, because I don't think I have period every month, so it's very irregular and I'm scared if I'm sick if I don't have regular things. So I have to track that one also for peace of mind. And here is the malling log. So I drew here a mall, supermarket, cafe, shop just for decorations, and I will actually log here the times that we go to the mall because we love going to the mall, and there are times that are we going too much to the mall. So for peace of mind also I will be logging that, and also I will mark X if just out because we're not just going to the mall. I will mark a dot if we went to the mall and X if we're just out. And this is my wish list, so I forgot to write a wish list. So this is the wants area and this is the need area, and I plan to drew is, for example, I wanted to have a paper round. I will drew the paper round here, and this is what's going to help me with my finances. I messed up on this page the first time I did this, but thankfully friction pens are erasable, so I colored in with friction pens each level. But by the time I finished everything, it was so horrible. I really don't like it, so I have to erase everything. I made this whole afternoon with the friction pen, but I erased it immediately. Thankfully, frictions are erasable, and then I exchange it with the watercolor. And the yellow is the stationery. The next level, the darker yellow is the food. Then orange for ashy, the things that I buy for my son. The clothes for others. These are the things that I buy for other people, and then others like unnecessary things or just things that is not really included in my main categories. Then the medicine, if I will be buying medicine for myself or for my son or whoever. The last color is the brown. I don't have anything yet in here, but I know I will be, so I just place that there. And what I'm going to do is when I buy, for example, this pen, for example, 30 pesos, for example, 30 pesos, I will write 30 on that. At the end of the month, I will total it in this area and then total it again in here for me to see my spending on January. That will help me see if I spend a lot this month or this month. So I really hope that I will not be touching these pages most of the time because that means spending, you know. And the next page is selfies in a year. This is my selfies in a year, and I will be printing that on a photo paper and will be sticking it down in here. So every 6th of the month I will be taking a picture of me and place it in here for January, February, March, and so on, because for fun I like to see how my face grew in a year if I will be changing. I choose 6 because I was born on the 6th. And on the next page is for my son's selfie in a year, so I will take that every 4th because he's born on the 4th of July. And then on the next page is my month cover. So I placed my month in here, and then I drew and watercolor a lamp with candle because I think this signifies beginnings. And then I wrote here my mini calendar. And on this page is my favorite of the months page. Unlike with my 2018 journal, it's really hard for me because I placed this category on the last of the month, meaning if the month has 5 weeks, I place this on the 6th page of my journal. So when I made my 2018 journal, I have to count every week and then place my favorites on that page. So there are weeks that we don't do anything, or there are additional events that I will be putting onto my journal, but I don't have enough space. That's why some of my pages are really bulky because I have to put a lot, and it's not really pleasing to the site for my site because I cannot see what really happened on that certain week. So if ever that I will be, for example, doing week 1 in here, and if I have something to add for the week 1, I can still use the next page without disturbing the pattern or the number of the pages. So that will be the kind of difference that I will be doing with my 2019 compared to my 2018. So I wrote here music, food, places, events, and others. And the next page is my monthly spread. I kept it really simple. You see, I just followed my calligraphy from here to here, and I did not really go crazy like what I did in 2018. That there is a theme for, like, if I draw here a lamp, I will be placing lamps all over. That will be very stressful, and since I will be putting a lot in here, I didn't go crazy on the decorations, because the same as 2018, I will draw the things that happen in here, if ever. So this pencil will be really helpful for me to immediately draw things in here. So, and this is the only planning that will happen in my journal. If I place here a sticky note that says change towel, meaning this day of the month I will change my towel. So that is only the planning that will be happening on my journal. And then lastly that I'm going to share to you on my journal is this one. And this is the mini calendar that I will be putting in every pages possible for me to track on what week I am working on in this particular page. And unlike my previous journal, I stamped the word week here and then I put what week it is. So it's kind of stressful that I have to wait sometimes for me to be available to use my stamp, because my stamp is just here, but I cannot bring my whole caboodle. This style doesn't require a lot. I just need to have my pencil to write in here and highlight. That's all. Anyway, I will be sharing my spreads to you whenever possible. Any questions, any clarifications, you can post it on the comment section below. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good year. And like if you like this video, subscribe if you are not yet. That will be really helpful. And also to stay tuned on my channel. So thank you so much for watching and hope to see you soon on my next video. Bye!